All right. Good afternoon. So I just bought a Horn Blasters. Dang, it's hot out here. I just bought a Horn Blasters Dixie horn. Insert clip of what a Dixie horn sounds like. Off of, Horn Blasters. Boom, got the box there. Now, I was going to just go ahead and like jerry rig it up and mount it with just zip ties. But that's not feeling that anymore. That's I want to do it right. I want to get it good. I think I'm going to be mounting it to my toolbox, which is here, on the taco. I'm either going to mount the horns on the underside of the toolbox. Don't mind that dirty bed. Either there, or I'm going to find somewhere underneath the front of the truck to go with it. I went ahead and they may or may not be zip tied right behind this grill, which I look back and it's probably not the best. I might stick with it though, I'm not sure. I have a little temporary thing before, because I kind of want to get the spare tire delete. They make that on Horn Blaster. It's a little expensive, but I kind of want to get the spare tire delete because then I can mount it proper. If I put it on the underside of the bed with the compressor in the bed, my problem is getting the wiring up to it, because I don't think I have enough wiring, but we'll take a look at that, see, kind of unbox a little bit more. All I've done is I've gotten the horns out and zip tied, and then I have my, holy crap, that's hot. I have my compressor right there. I'm gonna need to put that thing in the shade. That thing is hot, like, whew. All right, but yeah, Horn Blasters, Dixie horn. Okay, here we go. So I've looked at the instructions. It's weird because they kind of give you almost like two kits for the wiring if you buy the wiring kit. It's a little complicated, but if you're got a little bit of a brain like I do, then you should be able to figure it out. I think I have it down because it all makes sense. So you got the compressor. This is going up into your horns. The horns have no electrical to them, it's just air. So you get the air that goes up from the compressor. There's going to be a ground right here that I still have to connect. I have to splice it and everything, but that's going to go from there, from butt connector to the wire to a ground on the truck, probably the same ground that the other wires are using. Then you have your positive, that's running into the relay. The relay, then you have this blue wire that's going to go into one wire is going to go into my push button, which is going into the cab of the truck. The other wire is going into a ground. Then you have just the basic ground for the relay, which is this one. And then you have this with a fuse in it that's going to go to your positive on your battery. Alright, I almost forgot. I got to show you these horns. I burned the crap on myself. This is the problem with having a black truck in Florida, especially in the summertime. It is scorching. I can't stress it enough. So we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, there we go. All right, just making sure all my horns are still there. I mean, I zip tied them, so I wouldn't be surprised if one kind of flew off. I got scared, I didn't see one of them. But yeah, so I'm gonna try my best here because they are out of whack, as you can see. We're gonna start on this side because I believe it goes, my number 1 horn is here, pointing right there. That's my number 2 horn pointing out the grill. And my 3 horn goes from the top down, so it goes 3 is here, just like the number 1 pointing out. The number 4 is a lot like the number 2, where it's pointing outside the truck, and then number 5 is all the way at the bottom there, just pointing out. Now the reason I did it like that is because they say to have your horns all the same distance from the compressor, and I didn't want my horns pointing outside the truck. I wanted them pointing inside the truck because that gives me more room for these lines. Because I mean, these are pretty long air compressor lines. I didn't want to cut them because that's just more hassle if I were to put it in a more permanent spot. So pointing them out like that gives me more room to work. Sorry, pointing them in gives me more room to work with that tubing. So yeah, and then hopefully, I don't know if you'll be able to see right there where the logo is, the back side of the logo, there's a couple places where I can put some zip ties for the compressor and hopefully keep it up. Now I got this heavy duty zip ties, hoping that does the trick. I mean, this thing probably weighs a 3-4 pounds, maybe more, I'm not sure, but I'm hoping that the zip ties is enough for now. I don't have to actually screw anything in. If I have to, I'm okay with bolting into the back of that logo because it's not very important for me. So yeah, but now back to the wiring. All right, so I have all of the, I wouldn't say all of the wiring done. I have all the connecting of the wires, the splicing, the connectors, all of that done. All that is left, set you on the cover. Ooh, maybe not. Let's see. There we go. All that is left now is for me to hook up where my terminals go. Okay. And I have, oh, neighbor just drove by. I have a lot to hook up. I did connect my compressor, and this is not where I wanted originally. It's right here. It's not touching the radiator. The hoses right now are, but that's because they're not connected to my horns yet. So it's kind of on this pillar. It's not in the way of anything. And I like it. It fits snug. It's just zip tied in. And it's an even distance from all of my horns. It's just a little bit closer to the ones on my left, but that's no biggie. And you can't notice any zip ties poking out or anything. But yeah, all that's left is to rehook up all the terminals, connect my battery back up, and then finally I will be done. I will say Horn Blasters does a great job of giving you everything you need to do to wire it up. If you buy that wiring kit, I did use a couple of my own connectors. I used some heat shrink connectors just because I like to be a little bit safer. I have electrician buddies and they know what they're doing with the heat shrink, so I figured I'd join them. But yeah, everything else though is pretty good. It looks good. Hopefully it works when I'm done, and I'll catch back up with y'all in probably about, I don't know, who knows, 10 minutes or so. I mean, I'm sweating like a dog. If you can hear that, my truck is running, which means I didn't screw up too bad. And you know, everything's wired up. The only thing I haven't done is put the tubes on the designated horn, which is the last step, at least as far as how I do it. So, oh, there goes my radio. I'm gonna let y'all hear this because I'm gonna show you that I at least did it to where the compressor works. Boom. So compressor's going off. It sounds like it's going off timely. Yeah. So now I'm gonna hook up the horns, and then we're gonna do a real test. I'll probably drive somewhere else so I'm not in my neighborhood when this is going off. Who cares though? So yeah, I'll come back when it's actually done this time. So overall, Horn Blasters DIxie horn, it's good, it's high quality, it's worth the money. It's like $60 without the wiring kit, probably about $100 with the wiring kit. I highly recommend it. It's a great product. It's funny, it's loud, it's exactly what it should sound like. And you know, if you really do like the Dukes of Hazzards, you like the, or any musical horn, I recommend it. Horn Blasters does a great job with making sure you have all your parts and everything. So yeah, great product. I love it. And yeah, give it one last hoorah, one last horn blow. Love it. All right, I'll see y'all on the next project.